Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel. Hope you guys are having a blast and picking up those sweet as T-shares. Let's get into today's results. Just happened like a minute ago. Hex.com, here we go, and it's Hex Day number 721, the 22nd of November 2021. Now the price is down 2.8%, down to 18.7 cents. So just muddling around in this area at the moment. Let's see what it decides to do. We're going to have to just wait and find out. The return on investment multiplier for all-time low, that's the 5th of January 2020, 3,317x. Now that excludes staking, of course. Now the payout per TShare, 5.936. Nice. That's a good day for us who are stakers. That's almost 6x per TShare. Yesterday, of course, we had 24.36 in what looks like a Shark's hacked account. Doesn't seem to have sold much down. A little bit seems to have been sold so far. We'll see where that goes. Obviously, it's holding potentially a lot of X in the wallet. So we'll wait to see how more of that reconciliation comes out in due course. But in any case, we got paid as stakers pretty handsomely. So we'll just see what happens with those bags. All right, so TShare price $3,660, and the TShare rate 19,547, and just up just a tad there as it heads towards 20,000. Average stake length 5.83 years, just dropping a little bit there, and annual percentage rate, which is interest in early in-stake penalties, 37.93%. So another good day in the office. But look at yesterday, 155.95. Wow. So nice on that. And a liquidity in the pool, 165 million US dollars almost, 164.7. How about that? And of course, that's up from yesterday. That's actually the highest in the last 10 days. You can see back on day 712, we're at 121 million X in the pool. So definitely need some buying to go on in there. Now the liquidity in the pool are down to 26.7 million, and the liquidity in the ETH are 1,047. So let's jump over to total value locked, 11.64 billion. Total market 107.5 billion, including the Origin wallet, of course. TShare market cap 39.8 billion. And that's the first time it's been under 40 in the last 10 days. So look at T-shares, 10,875,707, down 9,429. So this is what we're expecting at the moment, right through to New Year's, because of all the stakes coming out. So wow, if you're a staker, your T-share is actually relatively more rare now because there's less T-shares than there was back when we were at 11,000. So 11 million. So let's look back at 11 million. Last time we were at 11 million, it was day 710. So we're 11 days in advance of that now. And here we are. All right. So Hex of total supply, 636.5 billion. And let's just move this along a little bit. The minted inflation, 20 million today. And circulating supply, 574.3 billion. Obviously, majority of that's in the Origin wallet. Change in circulating supply down 47.7 million. So that's a good thing, right? Change in circulating supply down 47.7 million. That's good. Yesterday we were obviously up 256 million from the big shark attack, as it were. Now, staked supply is 62.62 million, basically 62.2 million. That's up 67 million. Nice. So that's nice to see that in play. Let's jump past the GA numbers. The total percentage of coins staked, 9.77%, and that's up slightly with this increased staking that we saw. Hex payout, the stake is 64.5 million. Nice. And yesterday's number seems to be right, 265. Not sure how that's playing out there, but that's what it says. So I'm not going to argue at this stage. And penalties, 2.4 million. Another great day in the office for stakers. So stakers, stake it and make it. That's what I say. Stake it and make it. Because look at these beautiful penalties that you're going to get. And that's going to happen a lot more often, especially as we come up towards kind of the medium period, because, like 5.7 years, that's got a period, because, people are trying to probably do early unstakes a lot as their stake gets halfway. And so we'll watch out that we're going to earn penalties all the way. So nice. All right, total holders 385,267, up 225, and current stakers up 71,112. Total stakers 88,496, up 131, and current holders 269,427. So it's, they're all growing, not as fast as we would like generally, but these are all pretty decent growth numbers, and we'd definitely like to see that get back into the thousands. I'm sure when PulseChain comes out, that will start jumping up as people flock into the PulseChain and Hex ecosystems. It's going to be pretty good. And then, of course, once we get more mass adoption virality, particularly with aspects like the community, which is expanding all the time, and also the highest of stakes film documentary if that goes mainstream. So looking forward to that, which I'm sure it will. All right, so that's the end of today's results. So let's get into the current liquidity. We're still sitting, USDC has actually increased. So that was at 86.9% is in USDC liquidity. Nice. And the current price of Hex is 18.5 cents. And its TShare is $3,617. So a pretty good place to pick up some TShares, no doubt. DCAing is one strategy. Trying to time the bottom is another strategy. Of course, it's a bit trickier, but you can try it. And there we are. This is the TShare rate at the moment. So we'll just get that a little bit more, bit cheaper. So that's pretty good. So if you're new, want to pick up TShares, you've been dreaming about it, this probably a good time to start looking. All right, so Hex price 18.5 cents we said, and the other component, of course, is the share rate, is the share price, and that's going up towards 20,000. So that's exciting. We're definitely going to hit that before New Year's with the stakes coming out. The payout, of course, yesterday was the record one, and we talked about that in the video yesterday. It was so much fun, 24.36. My only issue is with the selling down of the liquid. We'll see what happens because they've got a whole big bag of that, so we'll watch that very closely. All right, the current one was 5.81, so pretty nice. Let's have a look at mass adoption, or adoption we call it. Open stakes, total stakes, and current stakers. It's pretty much still tracking up to the right, but we'd like to get a bit of a steeper curve. That means faster growth. But you can see that we go through lulls, it gets steeper and then rounds off. We've had steeper ones before back here, steeper up here. So we'll be watching that very carefully, obviously, as we move to grow. Here's the 15-year expiring stakes. So to see that view, it looks hardly looks like it changes because it doesn't much unless people put stakes in the middle here. So if you see gaps in here, that's a good place to place stakes in your staking ladder. And of course, once we get through the New Year's here, we're going to have very few big candles left. This is kind of the biggest candle there. What's that? In May 2022. Other than that, once we get through these, it's pretty much open slather with a few extra ones there along about 10 years down. All right, nice. Let's go over to staking 4-month view. And of course, we haven't got too much, relatively speaking, until we get to these candles on the 1st and the 2nd of December, which is where the highest of stakes party is on. Not highest of stakes, the 731 gathering, or the 2-year Hex party is on with Richard Hart in London. That's going to be pretty cool. And then, of course, the middle of December, 17th of December is the next big candle. So we've actually got quite a quiet period through here, which is nice. This is actually probably the longest quiet period we've had for a little while. October and November are pretty busy with these big stakes coming out. And then we've got a nice, decent, relatively speaking, a decent gap. I mean, there's a couple of decent days in there, but the last big candles, the 606 million here. And then by the time we get to here, of course, we've got 581,000 TShares expiring. That's versus our 10 point, was it 10, just under 10.9 million. So it's quite a fair chunk. So we'll see what they all do. Hold for a copy on PulseChain, sell, or restake, short or medium or long term. That's the kind of options they've got. So we'll watch out for that. Once they miss out on TShares, right, the share price is going to go up, especially as all these come out. The share price will keep going up. So nice. All right, let's have a quick look at what some of the things happening in behind some of these candles that have been coming out. Let's have a look at the Hex whale bot. So 21 hours ago, we had 150 million Hex coming out, and that was 108 days. Don't forget, some of these stakes, possibly the Origin wallet has something like 13 to 18% staked. So I will still go through again the accountant's reconciliation, because that's pretty insightful around the Origin wallet. I have been asked also by a commentator, so we'll see. All right, so 150 million, and that was 108 days. So That's in that wallet there, so we'll see what happens with that. Let's scroll further up here. 70 million hex end staked, 107. You can see, so that's definitely what's in these candles. These big, giant, short-term, medium-term stakes. I call anything like 3-4 months short-term. So there's 107 days. There's another big one there. Then 30 million hex. Just end stake too for 3 months. So you can see there's 3 of them that were about 3-month period. 1.5 million hex sold 9 hours ago, and that was a new swap with this address, OXDE. Let's have a look here. 2.8 million just stake for 684 days. Nice. I like these ones. Sort of a medium-term stake, and 1,063 TShares. Congratulations. And then another 2,800 staked for 1,050 days. Got 1,200 TShares. Nice. Congratulations to them. Then we got some fun pictures here posted from Hexologist Richard Hart Wynn and at the PulseChain Sacrifice release party. So just probably talking about the fact that it's taken a bit longer than people expected. You got an old picture of Richard there. It's not that most flattering. Hexologist one looks a little bit better. He looks like a professor or something. So interesting, even though he's a doctor, Hexologist or whatever. PulseChain just launched, of course. You got this cool picture of Richard here looking at an older guy. It's quite funny. So it'd be actually interesting to see what he actually does look like at that age. But nice. All right, then we had 38 million US dollars. It's just ginormous. Stake for 30 days, and it got 11,423 TShares. So that's one of those short-term ones. Then 18.9 million stake for 8 days. Staking on a very short basis. 5,521 TShares. And that was it for the bot. So very cool. We'll quickly check some of Richard's updates because Richard's been tweeting a lot. He talked about a rug pull here on Suzuki Inu. I feel sorry for these people that get in these. This is the problem with the meme coins. Better stay with the staking coins, to be honest. Here's a phishing email targeting MetaMask, so watch out for that. Definitely check that over. Do not interact with anything with your MetaMask or give your keys out. Protect your stakes with all you can. Don't interact, just leave them there and you'll be much better off. Apparently the hacker is a Hex believer, as they didn't sell any. That was yesterday, from yesterday's big shark attack. Oh, he sold a little bit, like less than 10%. I'm sure the chain analysis bros on the thread will keep us updated. And so yeah, if you want to get up to there, check out the chain analysis bros. If you want to follow that breach, as it were. By the way, he's only got 2.5 million hex that I see. He's talking about this account OXA0A3. But then he goes on to say, I'm not putting much time to this. So if you all want to post any of the other hackers, other Addy's address, go ahead. Yeah, because I think there's multiple addresses with quite a lot of hex in it. All right, Bitcoin PulseChain solves this. We're talking about the climate change thing, if you're into that, of course. The couple of security reminders here, 1, 2, and 3. So definitely check those out. You can pause the video. I'll leave that there for a second. You can pause the video and read those. Very cool. There's 1, 2, 3 there. And 4. You've got a 4th one there too. Definitely read those security. You can just pause the video and see those. Nice. So that was it for Richard. Just a few things about scams and protecting your wallets and things. So nice. And then finally, we got the PulseChain, just a bit of PulseChain check-in, really, not really an update. But obviously, the time frame, we're in here. This is the zone we're in at the moment. Waiting for PulseChain testnet 2.0. 1 has finished. So we're waiting for 2.0 to start. And so if we go to PulseChain, we can actually see updates have been happening 5 days ago, 5 days, 2 days ago, 5 days, 5 days for all the different folders that are in the PulseChain ID. So we'll look out to see whether that launches today, tomorrow. It is, I would fairly suggest it's going to be a Richard Bonnet likely this week. So we'll just keep looking out for it, of course. And as this picture shows, hopefully, where's the picture? No, it's on the Hex Whale here. As the picture shows, hopefully we won't be this old by the time it gets up and running, but it's a little bit of fun. All right, I hope you enjoyed that one. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Definitely hit the bell, and I love comments. Get the comments in there, folks. Been responding to them all. And onwards and upwards, and get those T-shares looking pretty nice price. All right, take care for now, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.